Namaskar, I am B.K. Gohare, Deputy Director, the Nehru Center, High Commission of India. We welcome you all in today's event. This is the second event in the series under the 6th International Yoga Day 2020. And we feel deeply honored and delighted to host this event specially for the NHS workers. And as I said, I really would like to convey my sincere thanks on behalf of the Nehru Center, High Commission of India, to the NHS health workers for their unconditional services during pandemic COVID-19, who have saved their millions of lives. So thank you very much. We have just taken a very small initiative for their motivational perspectives, and we are having today very renowned yoga expert, Ms. Natasha Pratap, who is from Mumbai. And along with, we are having Mr. Amish Tripathi, Director, the Nehru Center, Ms. Yamuna, Councillor TED from the High Commission of India, and many more important people that we are expecting from the NHS and the other fields. So let me first brief you about Natasha ji. Natasha ji is the founder of WAO. This is called Words for Any Occasion and Wellness for All Organizations. Natasha ji has been the speaker on many occasions in the world conferences. She has really promoted yoga not for a personal use at all. She has done yoga for the social, economic weaker sections. She has written so many books. Bio profile can be seen from his website. She has been the clients of Hindustan Lever, Lower Lytton's, Hindustan Pencils Private Limited, CMS Computers Finance, and she has been in the coverage of Femina Radio 1071, Channel News Asia, Mumbai Mirrors. So Natasha ji has a very great profile in terms of his contribution towards yoga and these services. So we welcome you, Natasha ji. And before that, I just give this entire platform to you to listen you. I would like to request Mr. Amish Tripathi, Director Nehru Center, to say a few words. Sir.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for coming here in such decent numbers. And we are delighted and honored that that Natasha will be taking us through her program. I'll just give a very, very short additional remark to what Bridge, my colleague, has already said. Doctors have been at the forefront of this battle against the COVID pandemic. And across the world, they have made many sacrifices for the good of humanity. And one of the things that struck us is that we could do something in our own small way as well. There is, of course, tremendous value that medical science brings to this battle against corona. But one of the things we felt, not just because we are Indian, but because all of us practice yoga, we've studied it, that yoga can add a lot of value to this battle as well. Yoga has been proven to work at improving mind-body balance, at improving immunity. Pranayama itself strengthens your respiratory system, and the COVID is a respiratory disease. I will not say too much more. I'm just delighted that Natasha is here to guide us through this wonderful initiative that we want to take. And Natasha, all yours then. Thank you so much for your kind patience.
Thank you very much, sir, for your kind words. Now, I may like to, without wasting my time, I would like to urge Natasha ji to begin with this, remarks about the event and the lecture. Natasha ji. Natasha ji, are you hearing me?
Sorry, I was on mute. Sorry.
Yeah. Please, Natasha ji, you are welcome at the platform of the Nehru Center. So please. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Amish ji. Thank you, Gohare ji. Thank you to the Nehru Center for the very warm invitation to share this with you. It's really my privilege. Before we begin, I have a gentle request, and it is entirely up to you whether you want to follow it or not. but I would love to see your wonderful faces. So, whoever feels, I know we all work from home, so we may be thinking, oh no, I'm wearing my home t-shirt, but that's okay, right? Like, this is an intimate conversation. The more you own it, the more you get out of it. So, thank you, Harry. Thank you. It says
Ragna.
Nilesh Shah, but there is a lady there, so yes.
Nilesh Shah. Yeah.
Hello, Sudhaji. Hello. So, hello, Ms. Patel. Sorry, it just says iPhone, and I don't know your name, but welcome. I just want to welcome everybody. Hello, Rajesh. Yes, thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much. Doesn't that feel nicer?
Hello.
It suddenly feels much nicer to me. I'm not talking to black squares with names. I'm talking to real people. Thank you. Welcome, Prabhu. Great. So all of you who haven't yet turned on your video, whenever you feel comfortable to do so, please do so. That would be wonderful. Great. Super. So let's begin today. It is an intimate conversation. I have a few things in mind for you that I thought I would share. And unlike other sessions, I thought we won't take questions at the very end. I'll do a bit of sharing and let's keep it a conversation. So you can pop your questions into the chat box at any point if you already have them or if they're coming up as I speak. We'll do the question and answers, and then we'll go into some practices of breathing and meditation, because the whole idea of pranayam and meditation is to take us to a state beyond questions. So I don't want to end with questions. I want to leave you with something better than that. Does that sound comfortable for everybody? Are you happy with that? Excellent. Super. Great. So feel free to just keep typing in, and Gohariji will, check it and keep a tab. All right. Super. So I would like to begin with an invocation. So you are doctors, you know that in any field of endeavor, we are always standing on the shoulders of giants. So when you become a doctor, you are not really examining every chemical under the sun to see whether it really does what they say it does, correct? You carry forward the knowledge of science. So also yoga is something extremely ancient, precious, 5,000-year-old, right? And there are many gurus who have carried this knowledge forward. So I'd like to just start with an invocation to that. Okay? So you may just close your eyes, enjoy the chant, and just be. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacham Malam Sharirasya Cha Vaidyakena Yopakarotam Pravaram Muninam Patanjalim Pranjaliranatu. Great. So really, truly, it is actually an honor to be able to share this with you all. You all are really out there doing your bit, stretching every boundary there is, managing your home, managing your families, and being out there for people. So to be able to share a little bit of this with you is something very precious for me. You really are the karma yogis, on the battlefront out there. So it's quite incredible what you are doing. And the thing is that in Sanskrit, there is a saying, Vaidyo Narayano Hari, which means doctors and Narayan and gods are synonyms. So you're really out there serving the people. I think what yoga can offer you is on two fronts. One is we're fighting an invisible battle, right? If we could identify exactly where the enemy is coming from or what is going on, it would make it a little easier. But it's an invisible battle. You don't know where, when, how, what, correct? So we are going to, where yoga helps is drawing upon two other invisible strengths. One is our own immunity, which is really the final frontier, right? And one is our intuition. Both of these, yoga has a capacity. So that's why this battle is not only a medical one, as we know from our experience of a few months, it's also a mental one. Having that mental strength to hang in there, having that mental strength to show up at work and do your thing every day. So this is what yoga really helps with. And what I would just like to share from my heart to you as doctors, you're already out there taking care of people. What will really serve you is drawing out a little window to take care of yourself. Because the world really needs you to be in your best health, physically and mentally. So it's not an indulgence for you to do that. It's a necessity. So do what you need to do, in a 24-hour day. If you need to take 30 minutes to do your breathing, your meditation, a little bit of self-awareness, then do that. So over this little session that we don't have a lot of time, but in that time, I'd like to share with you a few things that will help boost your immunity and intuition. So first of all, one of the things that essential things that goes out of the window is taking care of a proper diet. Any time that we have too much work, we don't eat. We don't have time to eat. And if we eat, we just stuff our face with whatever is available. We are not thinking, correct? But really, as doctors, right, that the body today is made up of what you ate like yesterday, day before, correct? So please take a little time to see that you're not stuffing yourself with a lot of processed foods. They're always high in salt, high in sugar, high in fat, low in fiber. So they're not really serving your immunity. Okay. Let's do our best to cut down on sugar as much as possible. And, someone told me that doctors don't get a background on nutrition in their education. I don't know. Is that true? Yes? Yeah. Okay. So that's why I'm sharing this. So of course, yoga is a very holistic science. So as I say, you are what you eat. Okay. So, indulge and give yourself a little bit of that sugar thing, but not too much, because sugar does reduce immunity. Okay. So you see if you can source brown sugar, see if you can have jaggery and that. Because we were not going out for a long time, we have missed out on a lot of sunlight. Right? So make sure for your own self, your B12, D3 are taken care of, whether you need to take any supplements or whatever. Eat as much fresh fruit and vegetables as possible. Okay, a vegetarian diet will support your immunity greatly. So if you can do that for yourself, that'll be fantastic. So I don't like to get too much into have this vegetable for this vitamin, have this vegetable for that, because who has the time to analyze so much and every day calculate when they're making a meal, right? Like you said, sometimes you don't even have time to think about what you're eating. So just in general, like a rule of thumb, eat a rainbow. If you ate lots of green stuff, pick something orange, pick something red, pick something purple, pick, sweet potato. So when you do that, you're automatically covering like a wide variety, because we talk so much in the world of nutrition about macronutrients, carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. But we neglect the micronutrients, all these vitamins that are responsible for so many deep functions in our system. Okay. So on the Indian front, I see we already have a lot of turmeric in our homes. So those of us who don't, see if you can source some good, nice, fresh turmeric for yourself. Because turmeric is an antiviral, antibacterial, it has anti-inflammatory properties. And if you mix it with a little bit of black pepper, that helps absorb it. So of course you just need this much, so, but that little thing goes a long way. So incorporate that in your diet. Those of us here who don't already have turmeric in your homes, England is one of those places full of Indians and lots of curry houses. So surely there'll be an Indian store down the road somewhere, or a friend that you have. So just get some from them. Okay. And lemon. So a little bit of warm water with a few lemon drops, after meals would be really good for you as well. Fruits, mangoes, if they're still available there, are high in vitamin C. So it's not the king of fruits only for its taste. So that's a great fruit. Kiwi fruit, if you can source, also very high in vitamin C. So just a few of these overall tips. I think if you're generally aware, that you're not only eating for your taste buds, or you're not only stuffing your face, take a little extra care. Okay, so that's as far as your diet. Sleep. Again, it's such an important part of your well-being. Such an important part. It just, there is, why babies sleep and sleep and sleep, right? They're growing. There is so much activity that is actually happening in your body when you sleep. So we have a glymphatic system, probably named after the glial cells in the brain. So every night they shrink 60% because all the thoughts are generating chemical activity in the brain. They shrink, and there's a brain detox that happens every night. So obviously to function, you need to function at your top, like probably every second of your waking day. There are decisions you're making, there are questions being answered, the calls that you're taking. So I know that you may not obviously be getting your 8-9 hours ideal sleep, but pamper yourself and take that sleep when you need it. Okay, that also boosts your immunity. And many studies have shown how performance also gets affected. Your hormones get affected by lack of sleep. So please, baby yourself with your diet and your sleep. And then very importantly is the role of pranayams and meditation. Right? So as doctors, if I ask you what was the first thing that you did when you were born, what would your answer be? First thing that you did when you were born? Anybody?
Cry.
Cry? Okay. So here's the thing, right? The first thing that you did was actually breathe in. And the doctor who birthed you was very happy to hear you cry because you cried on the exhale. That was a sign for him that. So, Guhariji, maybe we need to mute the. Yeah, perfect. Thank you. So that was a sign, right? When a baby cries, the doctor's happy. He's okay. The air is moving through this child's lungs. Everything is okay. So really, the first thing that we do is we breathe in. And the last thing that we do is breathe out. That's how important the breath is. In fact, it's identified with itself. So the beauty of the pranayams in yoga are they relax the mind and they also build your immunity.
So what do we do? I don't want to put the bottle in drain.
Oops. I think we need to mute all.
No. No, I can't go because I don't have my car.
Guhariji or Sandeep?
Yes, ma'am.
We can't hear you. You're on mute.
Sandeep, can you resolve the technical problem
Yes,
that you are facing?
We are doing it, sir. We are doing it. It's fine now.
Done. Wonderful. You can hear me now, right? Yeah. So taking a little bit of time, I will share with you today 2 or 3 breathing practices which really help, increase our lung capacity, cleanse toxins out of the respiratory system. Not only that, the breathing practices calm down the mind. So they're very, very good. The breath is a great link between the outer and the inner world. The world of all that chit chat and the world of the silence within. So giving your mind some rest, taking some time out to meditate. So we'll do a guided meditation as well. We'll also give you a few steps forward. So it's not like, okay, this was one great feel good session and now what? Okay. So does that seem good? So before we move into practices, I would just like to know, are there any questions that we could take? And then so that the practices can just be one smooth flow. Are there any questions in the chat box?
Not yet, ma'am.
Okay, does anyone have any queries or should we move right through? No? Okay, great. So you can just add them whenever you like, but we'll just go through, okay? So I want to first start with some simple things that you can even do sitting, okay? Do we spend a lot of time sitting these days, or are we on our feet a lot? Feet a lot? Yeah. Okay. So when you're on your feet a lot, then I would recommend, you need to look this up because I'm not really in a position to show you, but it's actually very simple to understand. There's a very beautiful posture called Vipreet Karni, and I'll explain it to you. You've got you're lying down, your torso is flat on the ground, and your feet are up against the wall. So it's like an L shape. Okay. This is how you are. This is your wall and your feet are here. This is your buttock and this is your body. Okay. And you spread your arms on both sides facing the sky. And it is the most relaxing posture to rest tired feet because all the blood kind of drains back down and it's very unwinding. So it's quite simple. You just make sure the only thing you have to be careful, to just conscious is to wiggle your bottom. So it's resting against the wall. Don't keep a gap. Buttock is against the wall, feet are up, body is down. Got it? Is that good? Yeah. That's a simple posture. That's very relaxing, I think. And also the butterfly pose. So that also you can just look up. If you look up my Instagram, I shared it because the butterfly pose is also very simple and good to activate your lymphatic system. There are a lot of lymph nodes around your hips. So you check that out, and I've shared a breathing practice on that as well. So if you go to my Insta, it's a 2-3 minute video. So I don't want to cover what you can quickly look up. I'd rather share with you something new, right? So let's go. So first thing, let's do some things. We keep a lot of tension in our face. Don't faces tell a story? Sometimes you look at somebody and you say, oh man, what happened to you? So let's just relax our face first, okay? So here's some simple things. So first, take your palm, place it on your head and just massage your scalp. So you're not moving your hand like this. Okay, no, not this. You're not moving your hair. Your hand is still and you're just moving. You should feel the skin of your scalp. Yes, I see the difference. You should feel the skin of your scalp moving. Okay. So it actually relaxes nerves. We have chakra here, right? The Sahasrara chakra is right here. Simple things. So I don't like to share a lot of benefits every time I'm explaining something because that just activates our intellect, and then you start thinking, you don't want to be thinking, oh, now I'm doing this to this, now I'm doing that to that. Honestly, with yoga, things are happening to like 50,000 parts of you that you're not even aware of, okay? When you do yoga, you just dissolve, you just follow. Give yourself a break, give your brain a break, okay? Now, thumbs on your jaw, like here, the rest of your hand holding your head. Now watch me. Your face is totally still, your head is still, your face is still, and all you're doing is moving your eyes from right to left. Face is still. You should be able to feel it in your jaw and in your skull. Slowly. Take your time. No rush. All the movement in yoga is to bring you to a space of stillness. So drop all the rush in the system and relax. Could you feel it? So the jaws actually hold a lot of tension. No? So you could feel it? Great. So also make your hands into knuckles. Like take your knuckles and here, okay, where your cheekbone meets your jawbone in this hole. So dig your knuckles into that hole and pull into your jaw. You may feel a tightness if you're tense that you are not even aware of. Just release your face muscles. Yeah, Kiruba, dig them into your face. Dig your knuckles into your face and pull them towards your. Yeah, see, if you keep your video on, then I can help you better. So, great, superb. Okay, now take your thumb. Watch me. Take your thumb and behind your ear. Okay, index finger on your temples. Middle fingers between the brows. Okay. As you breathe in, gently press with those fingers, and as you breathe out, release the press. Okay, so breathe in and press. Breathe out, relax. Breathe in and press. Breathe out, relax. 3 more times. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last time, breathe in. And relax. Slowly open your eyes. You feel the difference? Something just opens up, right? Like there's so much tension here. So these are all marma points. So we have a lot of ancient science in India. So marma, there are these. So we have energy channels, right? Just like we have a circulatory system, there is a whole system of prana and energy channels. You can't see them. If you cut up a body, you can't see the channels, but that is where the life force, prana energy is flowing. So where these intersect on the surface of the body, the skin, this is called marma points. So marma releases any blocks in the energy. So these three are like so good. And if you can later, if you want to try, you can put your ring finger where your eye meets the nose and your little finger at the tip of your nose also. You can add 2 more also. So these are simple things that you can do in the middle of your day also. Wherever you are, you can just take 2 minutes and do it. Any tension. Uh, you know. And you know how you can create a smile when you don't feel like smiling? One more tip. You're already smiling at that. I like that. You put your thumb on your chin. Keep doing it a few times. You can do it several times. It just brings like a natural smile to your face. So you can just do that a few times. Okay. Then eye exercise. Okay, let's do a little bit of for the eyes because you spend so much time waking hours. So put your thumb under your brow bone and pinch your eyebrows. Pinch your eyebrows outwards. And relax. Now put your thumb again under your brow bone and just make a circle along the bone gently but firmly. So the skin around our eyes is very delicate, as you know. So don't pull too much. And relax. Relax. Pull your ears. So you know, right, that our immunity rests very strongly. The system associated with our immunity is our lymphatic system, correct? So there are a lot of lymph nodes around here. And this part of the body, you know that also, you also know, right, that the lymphatic system doesn't depend on the pumping of the heart. It depends on our muscular motions. So pulling your ears, hold on to your ear and make a little, like as if you're cycling with your ear, make circles clockwise. Circle. And circle in the other direction, anti-clockwise. Relax. Relax. Shoulder pumping. So I'm just moving my laptop back a little so you can kind of see my shoulders. Okay. So what you do is keep your hands down straight. Breathe in. You can watch me first. Okay. So you breathe in, you breathe out fully, and then pump your shoulders. Okay. So inhale, exhale fully, hold your breath, and pump your shoulders. So okay, let's do it together. Make a loose fist with your hands. Straighten your arms. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe out. Hold your breath. Pump. And relax. Once again, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe out. Hold the breath. And relax. A lot of lymph nodes in this area and your armpits also, right? So this is very good for that also. Okay, let's move to some pranayams. Okay. So I want to share with you maybe 3 pranayams today. Okay, so prana, are we familiar with the word prana? So I spoke a little bit. So prana is a subtle life force energy in us. So it is actually because of prana that life exists. It is very closely associated with the breath, but it is not the breath. That's why even when you hold your breath, you're alive because the prana is still flowing. No? But when we start using pranayams effectively, we increase the oxygen intake. So prana brings in more oxygen into the system and gives life force to the subtle body as well. Okay? So 3 pranayams let's do today. So first I'll tell you the simplest one, which anytime you feel little extra anxiety coming up or just whatever, okay? It's like you breathe in through your nose and you breathe out through your mouth slowly, like you make it like a whistle or like a straw, like you're blowing into a straw. You know, when we were children and we drink something, instead of drinking, sometimes we'd like blow into it and we got so excited seeing all those bubbles. So that's what we're doing, okay? So let's do it together. So close your eyes and do. It's always nice to close your eyes and do your practices. I'm watching. So breathe in. We'll do it 5 times. No hurry. No hurry. Dropping all the hurry in the system. Keep your neck straight. Keep your neck straight. Head is straight. Don't look up or down. And relax. Good. Okay, simple. Okay. So breathing in through the nose and exhaling like a whistle or a straw from the mouth. Okay, that was one. Second is I'd like to teach you Bhastrika Pranayam that's done with a little bit of energy. Okay. So anyone here, if you have your blood pressure is not normal and it's on the higher side, then you can take it easy and do it a little bit at your pace. Otherwise, anyone can do this pranayam. Okay. So watch me for that. Make a loose fist with your hands. I'm going to move back so you can see my hands. Now you can see my hands, right? So make a loose fist and keep your hands by your elbows by your body. Fist is facing front, fist face me. Guys, if you can turn on your video, a lot of you still don't have your video on. I would just really just love to make sure that you got it right. That's all there is to it. So if you can, then turn it on. Okay. So here. So watch me. This is done with a little bit of energy. Okay, invoking the life force. So. Come on, join me. Up, down. Breathe in, out. In, out. In, out. Open your hands, close. Open, close. Open, close. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. Up, down. Up, down. In, out. And relax. Relax. Palms on your lap, facing the sky. Keeping the eyes closed, let's get ready for one more round of Bhastrika. So once again, a loose fist in front of your shoulders. So fist is in line with your shoulders, okay? Yeah, perfect, perfect. Elbows are close to your body, eyes are closed. Take a normal breath in and breathe out. And breathing in all together with energy, breathe. In, 1. In, 2. In, 3. In, 4. Up, down. Up, down. In, 7. In, 8. In, 9. In, 10. In, 11. In, 12. In, 30. In, 40. In, 50. In, 60. In, 70. In, 80. In, 90. In, 20. And relax. Be with yourself. And slowly and gently, when you feel ready, you may open your eyes. Is that good? Got it? So when our hands go up, they open, okay? When our hands go up, they open. When we bring them down. Third pranayam I'd like to share with you is called the Bhramari pranayam. It's excellent for relieving anxiety, insomnia, and it just feels really good. It just, all the nerves in your brain get relaxed, okay? So for Bhramari, just watch me, I'll explain first. The thumb is placed on this little connective tissue here. You know this little thing which you can use to plug your ears? So there, okay, that's where your thumb is. Index finger is on the eyes. Middle finger is in the middle of the nose. Ring finger on the upper lip. Middle finger on the lower lip, okay? So don't do it while I'm demonstrating because then you close your eyes and you can't see the rest. So first watch me, unless you know it already, of course, then it's fine. But otherwise, first you watch me. Otherwise, by the time you do this, then you can't see what else I'm doing, right? So this is just the placement of the fingers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and watch what we're doing. We're going to inhale. And then we're going to plug our ears, and on the exhale, we make a humming sound. So you can make a continuous sound. What you can also try is you can just move your thumbs gently with a little in, out, in, out. So not opening them so much that air goes into your ear, but just slightly. And then that will change the into like a bee. You get it? So both are okay. So thumbs here, index finger gently covering your eyelids, middle finger at the middle of the nose, ring finger on your upper lip, lower finger on your lower lip. We'll do this 5 times. So after the first time, you continue at your own pace, okay, at your breath. So breathe in. Exhale with a and relax. Bring your hands down on your lap facing the sky. Adjust your hair and garments or anything you need to so that you can now be absolutely still. Let's take a breath in. And as you exhale, relax the neck and shoulders, keep them loose. Keep a gentle smile on your face. Take another breath in with a smile. And as you breathe out with a smile, let the weight of your body drop on the seat below you. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 kilos, whatever may be the weight, just let it drop on the seat below you. Take your attention to your environment. Become aware of any sounds in your environment. It may be a fan or an air conditioning or your electronic device, some shuffle around you. Accept each and every sound in your environment. Take a breath in and let go. You are in harmony with your environment. Take your attention to your body. This body is a precious gift to us from nature. Let us honor the body. Relax your feet. Calves. Knees and thighs. Relax your hips. Feel all the muscles in your legs turn into jelly. Relax the genitals. Abdomen. Stomach. Chest. Shoulders. Right arm. Left arm. Throat. Face. Your whole body. Relax your whole body. Let's take a breath in and out. You are in harmony with your body. Take your attention to your thoughts. Good thoughts, bad thoughts. Just let them come and go. Another breath in and out. You are in harmony with your thoughts. Take your attention to your feelings. Pleasant, unpleasant. Just let them be. Another breath in and out. You are in harmony with your feelings. Asato ma satgamaya. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Mrityurma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. You are peace. You are joy. Become aware of your feelings, if any. Become aware of your thoughts, if any. Become aware of your body and environment, the room that you're in, the seat that you're on. Take a gentle breath in and out. Slowly and gently, taking your time, whenever you feel ready, you may open your eyes.
She is to be here.
Welcome back. Good. So hardly 10, 12 minutes. No, that's the kind of deep rest that meditation gives. No? So as I said, immunity and intuition. So meditation boosts our intuition. It gives you that kind of silence from where, what should I do next? What do I need to do in this moment? It doesn't always come from analysis and overthinking. It comes from that silence inside you. So, yes, this is it. This is what I have to do. So please honor yourselves as well while you are taking care of the world, and take some time to do all this. Any questions have come up or anything else in the chat box?
Natasha ji, we have received one question from Ms. Sudha Shah. She said, does the stomach has to in Vastika Pranayama?
Yeah. So it's not Kapalbhati. So we are not consciously pulling in the belly. That's not the instruction for this. So you don't worry if as long as you're breathing okay. So in normal breathing, we know, right? Like when we breathe in, our stomach inflates like a balloon. The diaphragm goes down and pushes the belly out. So normally when we breathe in, the belly comes out, and when we breathe out, the diaphragm comes up, belly goes in, right? So if that system is fine, then you don't need to worry in this Bhastrika, which I told you. Whatever is happening naturally, effortlessly is fine. Yes, I hope that answers your question, Sudha. Any other queries or anything else? Been getting...
One more question I have received just now. I think one Mr. Dr. Prabhu Rajendran, and this is a very common question. He said they have been getting headaches lately and been told it is tension headache. So can I use all the face exercises to help me?
Yeah, not just this Prabhuji, right, who asked this? Not just the face exercises, Prabhuji, even this, what I told you, these are the points, right? Like temples, we always feel the headache over here, correct? So here, then this is your third eye, all this tension in the forehead. So this will also help. Your tension in the jaw, this will also help. And the pranayams I said, no, the Brahmari, definitely, no? So the meditation also, definitely. Nadi Shodhan, we didn't do Nadi Shodhan pranayam, but alternate nostril, in limited time, there is limited things. That will also definitely help. Or drink lots of water. That is another very important thing. Don't forget to drink water. Keep water accessible, because sometimes we are thirsty, but God knows where the water source is or where the bottle is. So you don't end up drinking. Good. Anything else?
I don't think so. I have much questions about it, and we are having a lot of comments on excellent session, Natasha ji, today, and very relaxing. And one more question: can you recommend where one can go to learn yoga in a spiritual context? So this is from Deepti.
Yeah. Where can you go to learn yoga in a spiritual context? Yeah. It's a very good question, because at least you have identified the context for yoga, which a lot of people just limit it to the body. Body is anyway going. Yoga, no yoga, body is going. But what you nurture your spirit, that is staying, right? So true. You can connect with me, Deepti. It is from Deepti, right? The question, I don't call the wrong name.
This is
Deepti, yeah.
This is a Deepti. Yes, can you recommend where you can go to learn yoga in a spiritual context? Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, yoga is not just asanas. So we did yoga today. So meditation is a part of yoga. and breathing is a part of yoga, so there are 8 limbs to yoga. We are familiar with this. Maybe some other time we can share in detail, but there are yamas, niyamas, asanas, pranayam, pratyahar. So all these are different limbs of yoga. So today when you leave my session, please be the ambassadors for yoga as it truly is. Okay, anyone thinks if you're doing breathing and meditation you're not doing yoga, tell them you don't know what yoga is. Neat. Okay. So yeah, so the tradition that I come from, Deepti, is I have been with the Art of Living and my guru Shri Shri Ravi Shankar. I find it very authentic. If that works for you, then you can look it up, and yeah, I'll be happy to guide you. And as long as you are conscious of your journey, which is, I mean, this question could not have come from somebody who is unconscious, then I'm sure nature will support you. So you've come to the right place, is what I would say. Any other questions?
No, I have not, but many congratulations. We have received Nehru Center. There is one more question, I think. So my friend, Mr. Dr. Prabhu Rajendran, and my friend has advised about breathing exercises to help recover from recent COVID-19, breathing exercises. So
yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. We have been doing so many courses here for staff and medical workers and doctors that there are fantastic experiences. So definitely, if you get an opportunity even to learn the Sudarshan Kriya, 100%, I mean, it's shown to increase lymphocytes by 33%. So the breath is an unbelievable tool. And guess what, guys? The breath you don't need. Who cares social distancing or not? The breath cannot distance itself from you.
yeah, even Dr. Prabhu has also endorsed the exercise of draining the lymphatics in the armpits was very helpful to him. Yeah, so this is really good.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that, and thank you so much for like sharing this feedback. It
Yes,
feels
yes,
good.
yes.
That's good. That's really nice to know that. Thank you.
So Natasha ji, thank you very much. I think we are expecting more and more questions. Perhaps people might like to join you through mail, through your contact details that you have already flourished with us, and we would be delighted to sharing through
Should I?
our social media platforms. People who may like to be interested to have your techniques. The session was really relaxing and very thoughtful and fruitful for the people. Instead of going to the lecture, we feel the yoga is meant for the practical, meditation. It is rightly said, somewhere I have read that, yoga is an alignment of, body, mind, and intelligence. So that's what I personally feel. I have been also doing yoga since last 1 month during COVID, and this was really helpful in my personal experience, particularly the Surya Namaskaram. And the pranayam, we should do after it. We have been taught by one of the gurus. Okay, first we should learn asanas, then you go into the meditation. So it really would help you while you, enhance the strength of your breathing system, inhaling and exhalating. So thank you. You really have taught us beautiful asanas in a very smooth and slight manner. So people might have felt so much relaxation in their mind, body, and soul. So that is yes, this was the initiative by the Nehru Centers. We could do something for the health workers who really have unconditionally contributed their immense, support to during COVID-19, and which was really affecting and helpful to the people. I really, convey my deep condolences to the people who really have lost their lives in this unprecedented situation. That although the NHS tried their level best to save them, but sometimes it is beyond the limits. So once again, thank you very much. I would like to pay my sincere thanks, of course, to you for your valuable time and sharing this platform today. I would like to pay my sincere thanks to the viewers today and the Facebook associates who have joined us. And of course, the High Commission, the Acting High Commissioner, Mr. Charanjit Singh, who is the backbone of these events. Of course, Mr. Amish Tiwari, who is the director of the Nehru Center. We are very blessed to have him here as director. He's basically a author, and we always feel proud by his guidance and, literary thoughts that he is sharing with us all the time. And I would like to pay my special thanks to Ms. Yamuna, Technical Advisor, Councillor Tad from the High Commission of India, and the all supporter SSPNM, Head of Chancery, and all my other colleagues. Special thanks to Mr. Sandeep. Special thanks to all my colleagues, Archana, Mr. Narayan, Ravi, Naveen, etc. So thank you so much. Thank you very much. I hope this session, all the people might have liked. Tomorrow we are having another session, same time. Facebook Live is the same contact. We would be sharing details of Zoom. Whoever is interested could write us email. We would be delighted to share our coordinates and Zoom links. Thank you very much. Hope you have liked. Day after tomorrow, we are having 21st, the main yoga day. And we would be organizing a webinar in which eminent speakers from Esfasa University, Acting High Commissioner, Mr. Charanjit Singh, Minister Coordinator, Mr. Manmeet Singh Narang, and of course, our director, Mr. Amit Tripathi, would be taking part with other experts. Thank you once again. Natasha.
One sec, Brij. I think Natasha wanted to say something.
Yeah.
You want to, yeah, please.
I was just sharing because I see on the chat some people, so I had kept those two things ready to share. I promised you a couple of next steps. So I don't want to, of course, I've taught you the breathing. So I'm going to quickly share with you a couple of things, and I noticed some people are asking me for their contact. Oops, this is hold on. Are you able to see this?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So this is an app that will help you meditate and continue on your own as well. Special COVID meditations. So I've just put a visual because sometimes it makes it easier to identify the app. So for people, like you can see it, right? The little picture with the sattva.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was one thing I wanted to share with you. And the second thing that people are asking for. Yeah, can you see this slide?
Yes.
Are you able to see this slide?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, so some people have put it on chat. Please share your website, share your email. So here are my contacts. You can connect with me in any of these ways, and I'd be happy to share whatever knowledge I have. And is that good? I'm going to stop the screen share now so that...
Natasha, one more thing we would like to announce to the viewers, and hope they may like it. This was the session of the 6th International Yoga Day. As a part of the 6th International Yoga Day, for the announcement, we would exclusively be, organizing Natasha ji so very soon in the coming months. So people might like to join us. A link, definitely an invitation from the Nehru Center, High Commission of India. We would be sharing with our all mailing members. So this is the information. Thank you very much once again. Thank you so much. Namaskar.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I think maybe Amish ji was going to speak, or
Sir, you may like to add something more, so this would be delighted for us. I really request you if you could add some few words. So this would be a great honor for us.
Well, I have absolutely nothing to say after the wonderful presentation and guidance Natasha took us all through. I have absolutely nothing to say. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you so much, Natasha. You are absolutely wonderful. And I'm sure this is the beginning of a wonderful relationship, to paraphrase Humphrey Bogart. And we're going to do many more events with you.
Wonderful. Look forward. Thank you to you, to Brij Kumar ji, the Nehru Center, and to Modi ji for bringing yoga to the front, and all the gurus of this country to preserve the knowledge of yoga.
For kind information, on 21st, we would be receiving a digital video, 15 minutes video this would be announced soon. We have prepared with the help of the High Commission of India, and we are also releasing one more video to the fighters of the COVID. That would also Director Amit Tripathi would be releasing soon on 21st. So these are the announcements. Thank you very much. Thank you. Namaskar. Looking forward to seeing you, all of you, tomorrow morning.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.